2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, really looking forward to some exciting play from our featured group today. This player has hinted at a rivalry with their playing partner this week.
And this week, Henny, they're looking to beat Harold Varner III. It should be an exciting, and that goes down for an eagle. And that will move him up the leaderboard as well. Currently a couple under for the round. The second at TPC Summerland is a par 4 measuring 469 yards from the back tee. It plays slightly downhill, so a strong drive here will set up even just a short iron approach. However, there's a huge waste area to the right, so accuracy off the tee is required. The smart option here is to lay back with the 3 metal and give yourself a full shot in, and also take one club less into this green as it will release down the slope. Well, this is some lovely momentum to take into the tournament, coming off a last start win, Rich.
Can't think of any better momentum. Obviously, the players firing on all cylinders. Sit back, watch, and enjoy it.
Well, that's beautifully judged. This one's for birdie. Oh, what a stroke. Well, that'll play. Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. The third hole at TPC Summerland is a very strong par 4 measuring 492 yards. There's a huge ravine that works right up through the middle of this. It requires a very strong drive up the right half to go at this green in 2. There is a big fairway to the left if you want to tuck over and get up and down for your par that way. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Oh, terrific approach. And a chance for birdie here at the third. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, time to return to the action. 4 feet to the cup.
Looking for another birdie here.
Some momentum being built now. That's back-to-back birdies.
I like it. 2 in a row.
He's currently tied for second. The fourth at TPC Summerland is a pretty straightaway par 4 measuring 450 yards from the back tees. The fairway bunkers down the left and right are to be avoided. Really, not much to this hole. Just be accurate on approach. Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
Oh, no. This is nasty. Just no.
Going with the pitching wedge here.
Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
Why don't we catch up with the V-man, Harold Varner III.
Birdied their last hole.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Trying to get to 5 under with this putt. That's a great attempt from long range. So close. Just a simple tap in for par on this one. Just one off the lead after that hole. The fifth at TPC Summerland is a par 3 measuring 197 yards. Depending on where they put the tees on this hole, ensures the type of club you need to get at it. If you're going at it, make sure you avoid that bunker that's short and right. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. An opportunity here to move into a tie for first.
Get the fist pump ready. This looks like it's going in.
And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Currently 5 under for the round. The sixth at TPC Summerland is a staking par 4, playing 430 yards. There's a big waste area up to the left-hand side that needs to be avoided. If you can position your drive on the right half of this fairway, it gives you the best shot up the hill to a green that is not protected by any bunkers. The history of golf has been littered with some great characters for the modern game. Harold Varner III is right up there. A really personable guy, just effervescent. And I think Rich, the only thing we're all waiting for is that first W to come. He seems to deserve it.
I can't wait to see what happens when he gets that first W. Oh, it's going to be blissfully fun. He's such an engaging personality that you can't help but just like him. He is out there enjoying every single moment of being on the PGA Tour, playing against the best in the world, and he believes that he can hang with every single one of those players. It hasn't kind of shown up yet, but there's no doubt in my mind with the belief that he has in his own game, that alone will carry him to a win on the PGA Tour sooner than later, and I'm thinking it could happen as early as this year.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This one will run uphill.
And after that effort, that's how it looks. Leading by a couple after that hole. The 8th at TPC Summerlin is a big par 3 playing 239 from the tips. A well-struck shot will avoid the gully here, but anything to the left half can roll off the green. The bunker short rider also to be avoided, so you don't make a sloppy bogey. Looks to be going with a hybrid here.
What an amazing approach shot. I think their rival, Harold Varner III, is a worthy competitor this week.
Putting for birdie. Like the look at this one. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And with that, we'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. The 9th at TPC Summerlin is a par 5 measuring over 563 yards. Really, the main aim here is to just avoid that bunker off the left of the tee. Then, if safe in the fairway, you can get after this green. A strong shot will play to the left half of this green and feed down to any hole location. A birdie chance, no doubt. Opting for the hybrid, I think. A quality shot, that. 16 feet to the hole.
They're staring this down for eagle.
This one's dialed in. He just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hold. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Lovely position for our leader here, Rich. Out in front, but a few holes to go.
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
How much did the win last week give them the confidence to perhaps pull it off again here and go back-to-back?
A massive win last week, looking to double up again this week. I gotta say, they're building off all the good things they did last week. A win could definitely happen.
And they'll tap this in for birdie. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard. After that, placement off the tee is required at the TPC Summerlin 11th hole, par 4, measuring 448 yards. The big bunker down the right side is to be avoided at all costs. And there's also a little tree there which might affect any line of sight approach to this green from about 100 yards. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. That's a super shot. That's another green in regulation.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
And back to the play, shall we? Oh, good look at a birdie here.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
A well hold, he'll take the birdie.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage. The 12th here at Summerlin is another short par 4. 442 yards off the tips, but plays slightly downhill and leaves just a short iron approach. The only real danger here is the big body of water that starts around 150 yards short and goes right up past the green. Well, good shot that, right inside the range. 7 feet to the cup. Oh, that had a lesser. Lovely shot. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Currently in first position. The 13th at TPC Summerlin is a monster par 5 measuring over 600 yards from the back tees. The big hitters with a tail breeze can cover that bunker on the left-hand side. But if you want to lay up, make sure you're giving yourself the right number because there's a lot to this green and plenty of ways to three-putt it. Be careful on approach. 2 wins so far this season. I love this type of courage, Rich, going forward in 2.
I'll tell you what a sensational play. This player stepped up their game, a bold play, hopefully a bold reward.
Oh, that's a ripper. Our current leader is enjoying an 8-stroke advantage. The 14th at TPC Summerlin is a straightaway par 3 playing 168 yards. The green slopes right to left, so make sure you've got the right length of club so you're not left with a long putt. That should set up another chance. And he's down there. You got to read.
Setting up this putt 16 feet from the cup.
And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Our current leader now enjoying a 9-stroke lead. The 15th at TPC Summerlin is a great short par 4. In fact, a lot will try and drive it in the tournament. If you want to lay it back, you've got around about 115 yards uphill to a green where you can't see those back hole locations. However, a good aggressive play here must avoid the pot bunkers around the greens or the big waste area to the left. A chance to make a birdie here or even an eagle. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Ooh. Putting for a par now. And the putt drops now a sweet 16 under, heading down the stretch.
Whew, that is some pretty good breathing room out in front by a bunch.
Oh, that's a sweet-looking swing, that one. Well, that's right out of the top draw. A great shot from our leader.
Absolutely massive and right down the fairway.
The 16th hole at TPC Summerlin is the final par 5 on the course, Rich, and one the players can reach in 2.
Obviously, no hope leaving it short with your second shot in the water at 16. So most players bailing out, hitting it just over this green. If they draw a decent lie, they can chip it close, make birdie. However, not so easy. There's a couple of low areas and greenside bunkers to deal with along with this green.
Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Yeah, we'll take that. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Going with the 7.
4 right.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
This would be a great up and down. How close was that to going down? Let's see if you can make this and keep the par on the card. It was on a good line. Just a short putt remaining here. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. The 18th at TPC Sutherland is a 444-yard par 4 with a big body of water just beyond the gully, which you've got to drive. Make sure you avoid those bunkers on the right side to give you a good iron into this green. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
Going with the 8-iron here. Oh, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader. This is always a good moment. A putt to win the tournament. Well, it's fair to say that this player ran the tables this week, Rich, and cannot trumps in Las Vegas. Look at your Shriners Children's Open winner.
And nobody on the PGA Tour will be shining quite as brightly as this player the rest of the evening here in Las Vegas.
And Rich marked that down as one of the outstanding wins.
A player outshine their fellow competitors because all of these players are really good, but this player made everybody in the field look very, very average. So good was their performance.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Champions Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be following this featured group as there are rumours of quite a rivalry kicking off between these two players.
And so this week, Henny, they're vying to beat Tony Finau. This should inspire some brilliant play.
Absolutely, Luke. Arabana III is one of the most charismatic, talkative and highly skilled players out there on tour. He'll either cut you down with his game or his slick talking. You better be on your guard.
Well, it will be interesting to keep an eye on this one right throughout this event. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short. And that's how you roll the rock.
And this one is for bogey. Starting the round above par today.
Just the thing they didn't want to have happen. An opening bogey. Hopefully that does not set the tone for the rest of the day.
And now let's catch up with John McCarthy for an on-course report. What can we expect from Echo Park Golf Club this week, John?
Well, Luke, one thing I can say about this after walking the course this morning, it's a long one. So distance off the tee, especially important here at Echo Park. The course starts off along the big lake. There are a few holes that hug the edge of this lake, not unlike Bay Hill, but here you get hit with it right off the start. And when you get away from the water, you get hit with the sand on the 6th. There's a thin corridor of fairway that leads to the green that weaves its way through. I think there's 5-6 bunkers leading up to and surrounding the 6th green. And from there on out, the players are going to be on the watch for the sand because it's sneaky and it's hard to avoid in certain situations. It's going to be an exciting time here, I think, this week at Echo Park.
Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum. Where did that come from? That's not his style. And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And back to the course with the live action. They found the sand here. Well played, mate. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. That is hunting for the hole. Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. 16 feet to the cup. Ooh, right by the hole. Putting for bogey. Currently at +1 for the day. Here we are at Echo Park Golf Club, the 4th hole, and it's a big brute of a par 4.
Off the tee, your eyes look down the left-hand side and see 2 massive bunkers and obviously the water. So anything right of that is just fine. If you find the fairway, second shot is downhill just a little bit to a long, narrow green that has got bunkers down the right-hand side. Distance control with that second shot is absolutely imperative if they want to have a good look at birdie.
That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine. Chance to move up into the top 20 on the leaderboard. A good putt to make here. That's the way to bounce back. Good way to make up for the bogey at the last.
That is a huge sigh of relief there, Luke. Finally gets one to go.
It's time to step on the tee here at the 5th. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here. And now over to Tony Finau.
He's one stroke in front of his rival so far today. Great stuff.
Let's return to live play now. Chance to get one under the card with this putt.
And this putt to be even with Tony Finau.
Well, that should limit the damage. Nicely done. And that will take him to 1 under. He's currently tied for 11th. Well, I love these holes. The short par 4. Do you be bold or lay up?
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Great shot. Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it?
Thinking this putt will help them pull in front of Tony Finau. Let's see if this will add some heat to the rivalry.
Oh, so close. A putt for a place in the top 10. And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. Currently 2 under for the day.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Golf became a power game, and there's few players out on tour that have more prodigious power than Tony Finau. If he really wants to go full tilt, Rich, it feels like everyone's playing for second.
He is a dynamic player that has the ability to make birdies in bunches. The ball striking, I think, is always going to be brilliant. Watching him when he was on the Korn Ferry Tour, graduated to the PGA Tour, and just keep watching this steady progression. Each and every week, he just seems to get a little bit better, and the confidence level is over the moon with this kid. And to bundle it all up, Luke, he's one of the nicest guys in the world. You want to root for a Tony Finau. He is such a likable, lovable guy, I believe, that you can't help but root for him. And the wins that he didn't get are just heartbreaking, and we felt the pain alongside with him. I love watching this guy play. I root for him every single week.
A tad wayward, but still on the surface. And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
Let's get back to it, shall we? Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here.
This is their look at birdie.
What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Oh, so close. This is a bogey putt coming up. Well, that's a shame. That'll drop them down the standings, that's for sure. Here we are at the final hole on the front 9.
Looking to bounce back after that bogey, and they've got a great opportunity here. This one heading to the bunker.
Playing now from the fairway bunker. And here we are with the third shot. 4 strokes off the lead. Oh, that is simply brilliant. What a shot. Well, that's a lovely way to make a move into the top 5. Close to the surface here, the green side rough. Let's take a look at the current standings. Well, I'm interested in my buddy Beamer's thoughts at this duel after 9 holes.
3 strokes down with 9 to go, Luke. They're going to have to come up with something sporty to get to the top of the leaderboard at day's end.
Oh, that was pure. Second shot here at the 10th. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
Absolutely. Love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Ouch, that hurts. And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd place. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. The 11th at Echo Park is a par 4 stretching at 430 from the back tees.
Just a slight bit uphill off the tee shot. Find a spot at that far bunker, Luke, that you want to aim at and go ahead and turn it loose. From there, second shot goes over a nice little meandering stream that wanders throughout the golf course to a green, clover-like in appearance, but I gotta say, this is really one of the coolest holes on the golf course. I love it.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I didn't think they'd be able to hit that from that lie.
And now over to Tony Finau.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. This has eyes for the hole. Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. This hole is a par 3. Choosing the 9-iron here.
Yeah, that was great wind management there.
Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
This putt is about 8 feet. That was a gallant attempt. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich.
Opportunity lost, and one they needed to take advantage of, sitting just 2 back of the lead. That's really not what they were looking for.
Time for the second shot here at the 13th. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. That was a bit of a miscue.
Distance control nearly impossible coming out of this rough.
Ooh, that almost went down. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
An important par save.
Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole. And after that par, they're looking for something good here. It's always an impressive looking ball flight, isn't it, the draw? Not bad. Second shot here on the 14th. Wonderfully played. And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
Okay, time to return to the action. Just 3 feet to the cup. Fair effort that. Good birdie. And that will take him to 6 under. Now on the tee after a birdie. Fired up and ready for more. This one looks to be headed towards the fairway. Penny, what's the player facing here?
And from around 135 yards.
Terrific shot into the 15th and a chance for birdie. And this putt to move into a tie for first.
Yes, 3 holes to go. This is getting to be a nail-biter.
Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Currently has a share of second place. Teeing off here on the 16th hole. Chosen the pitching wedge here. This is the all-important stretch. Time to make your move.
You can sense an opportunity here.
Always rooting for this player, Luke. I hope this one goes.
Well, that's a ripper. And that will take him to 7 under. And now over to Tony Finau.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Well, that's going to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. And stepping up the standings after that effort. This has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf. The long par 4. Oh, that is crushed. Second shot here on the 17th. And choosing the 8-iron here. Nicely done. Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Chance to move to 8 under here.
This for a birdie run.
That's a long-range bomb, and rest assured their rival will be looking over their shoulder. And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard. What a lovely position to be in, holding the lead, playing the last. Good luck, good luck, good luck. That's a nice-looking tee shot, that one. Fun. Second shot here at the 18th. Well, this one looks like it's heading to the sand. You need any inspiration? Bob Tway once holed out of the bunker to win a major. Oh, that one just missed the hole. Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader. And he can win the event here if he can hold this putt. Well, there you have it. What a wonderful victory, Rich.
Absolutely. It's hard to believe that this player already got 4 victories on the season. Top of the game right now. It's impressive.
And Henny, it goes without saying that this player dominated their rival today.
Yes, Luke, no one could catch this player, let alone their rival.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's good night for now.